Hello and thank you for watching my video. Today we're going to be talking about a update that is going to be coming to Guild Wars 2 with Heart of Thorns. This was announced on guildwars2.com, and if I switch over there now, it is to do with the Fractals. Now I'm not going to be talking about in depth what's actually happening to the Fractals. I'm going to be talking about the rewards and some of the different features coming in with the Heart of Thorns expansion. So let's talk about Fractals. Fractals, for those of you who don't know, are pretty much the only really endgame content currently that you really can do. It's one of the more challenging dungeons because it involves pretty much 4 dungeons that you have to do in a row. And you can get rewards from this. If you actually look here, you can get ascended rings, you can get ascended armor chests, and you can get ascended weapon chests and fractal weapon skins. Now fractal weapon skins, if we have a look here, these are only available, you cannot buy these types of fractal weapon skins, and they tend to have this sort of glowy effect, showing better on the pistol here. Let me just, there we go. Unfortunately my Azure is a little bit small. There we go. You can see that little swirly effect. These are only available from Fractals of the Mist. You can't purchase them on the trading post, and they pretty much have it's a random drop if you can get them. Put it this way, if we actually have a look at my wardrobe and we go into the weapon skins and we look at Fractal weapon skins, you can see here all these are the Fractal weapon skins. The axe is pretty cool, I have to say. I love running with the axe. Pistol, rifle, scepter. But you can see here all the ones I'm missing. I mean, shield is a fantastic one to have. It's really magnificently done. I'm missing a lot of fractal weapon skins, and if we actually go, I think we can have it look at my achievements, which is actually one of the things that's going to be changing. The Fractals of the Mist are actually going to have its own tab. But if we actually have a look, I think it will. I'm just wondering where it is actually. If I can find how many fractals I've actually done. Anyway, basically, I've done a lot of fractals, and we're going to actually, let's see if I'm going to have a look. Okay, so you can't actually tell how many you've done. I've done over 500 fractals, and a lot at level 50. Pretty much I do it every day, because I want those fractal weapon skins. But this is an option. This is what one of the problems we've got is what happens. You end up getting all these damn rings. And all my characters, I've got 19 or 20 level 80 characters. All of them have ascended rings. So this is annoying. Why do we keep getting these ascended rings? And also about the fractal weapon skins. Well, let's go back to the blog post. You can see here, we get a picture of a Char wielding a golden fractal weapon skin. That's right, this is going to be coming into the game. And at first thought, I was like, wow, they're bringing in another fractal weapon skin? I haven't even got half of them yet. Well, they're going to be changing the way you get fractal weapon skins. So I'm going to ignore all the changes that happen to fractals. A lot of other people have covered that. But let's move down to the achievements and the rewards. And they wanted to expand the reward system of the fractals. So we have our own achievement tab now for the Fractals of the Mists. And the way the dailies are going to work is going to be split into 3 different groups as well. And completing these dailies will give players a chance at fractal weapon skins, ascended equipment, infused rings, and more. So completing a daily fractal at the set daily range, you could have a huge chance to get fractal weapon skins. There'll also be a new daily recommended fractal achievement that allows you, giving you focus scale to find other players looking to organize for a group. At the end of every fractal, you'll find a lockbox. So this is something new coming in the final chest called a fractal encryption. And these encryptions may give you a new mini Professor Mew, a new ascended aquatic breather, high-level crafting materials, and many other rewards. And so you can get extra minis there. And also now you will be able to try and get these golden fractal weapons. These are going to be coming into the game. So, what else has been coming? For those of you who, players like me who've been hunting for fractal weapon skins, they're making a couple of changes. There's going to be a collection, including a new reward for its completion, and the second will help address the frustration of trying to find that one elusive skin. So we are going to be able to, once we've completed Fractal Scale 50, which is what I have done, you can go to the Golem, it's actually in the Mistlock Observatory, and he will sell you a Fractal Weapon Crate for pristine Fractal Relics. Pristine Fractal Relics, what are they? They are not the fractal relics, they're the ones you get from doing the dungeon once a day, and also from doing daily the fractals achievement. If we have a look here, today we actually have a daily scale 11 to 20 fractal, and you will receive a pristine fractal relic, 6 agony infusions, and a tome of knowledge. So it is pretty useful to start doing those now, because you will be able to buy some of the fractals weapon skins by using these pristine fractal weapon relics. We don't know how many they're going to cost. I would assume, considering the rings cost around 10, there some of the other different ascended pieces of armor equipment you can actually buy it costing 10 fractal relics at the moment. Maybe the weapon skins are going to be 10 to 20, I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be less than 60, because at least I'll be able to buy one anyway. So let's move back. You'll be able to do that. Also, a new version of the fractal weapon skin being created will be only attainable at the new higher fractal scales. Instead of a fractal weapon crate, we're creating a new recipe in the Mystic Forge that will allow you to take any one instance of the new skin and convert it to a new weapon skin of your choice. This will help maintain the prestige in the new weapon skins, but still allow you to wear them on the weapon of your choice. So, for example, instead of getting a underwater weapon skin, as what we might do now, you will get a fractal weapon crate, and then therefore you can pick whatever weapon you want. Really, really nice to coming in. We are getting legendary backpacks. I'm not going to talk about that, because I'm talking about ascended salvaging. Finally, we have something to do with those rings. So here we go. Finally, all of you have been saving your fractal rings or bonus gear chests from around the world. Rings? Have I been saving any? Have I been saving any ascended armor chests and weapon chests? Maybe. And so, for me, you'll be able to buy from the golem in the Mistlock Observatory ascended salvage kits. Salvaging each type of weapon, gloves, weapons, or rings will yield different results. So I'm assuming that will mean that each different weapon or armor piece or ring will actually give us a different type of material. But they will provide us a chance at the new ball of dark energy salvage item that can be used for crafting new legendary items in Heart of Thorns. I wonder if that's going to do with new legendaries. Interesting. Salvaging ascended rings will also grant players stabilizing matrices, a necessary component for legendary crafting. These can also be traded for fractal encryption keys, which, if we go back up again, fractal encryption keys we can use to unlock the fractal encryption boxes, or give us the option to acquire some unique different items as well. So we are actually getting a lot of different things with fractals, and it's going to give us, those of you who have been hoarding those rings, those equipment and armor pieces, you're really going to be in luck when Heart of Thorns comes out. One little point though, when we come to look at material storage, if we have a look at the ascended items, this is something, it's a little tip I'm going to give you. Bolts of Damask have risen in price dramatically. They are over 14 gold. So for those of you who are crafting armor pieces, you actually need 3 bolts of Damask to craft a insignia that you use for any armor piece. So that's why every ascended armor piece costs a minimum of 50 gold. What else do we have? Well, for those of you who want weapons will either be, for example, from the weaponsmith, using Deldrimor steel ingots. Now, Deldrimor steel ingots are a pretty expensive one as well. They're around 4 gold, and because they are also used in heavy armor. The spirit wood planks, they're primarily used with things like staves and also longbows, short bows. They're primarily a weapon crafting material. They're only used in weapons, and so they're 5 gold. Okay, right, but they are also needed to craft a weapons insignia. Weapons insignia, you need spirit wood planks and Deldrimor steel ingots. So we've looked at 1, 2, 3 different ascended armor pieces. Well, what about Elonian leather squares? Well, surely they're going to be expensive too. No, they're just over 2 gold per Elonian leather square. Why? because they are only used in medium armor crafting. So those of you who are rangers, thieves, or engineers, you will only ever need Elonian leather squares for this crafting. They're not used in any weapons, and so that's why they're a lot cheaper. So for those of you who are leather workers out there, the medium armor is going to be the cheaper armor to go for. So as we looked back at the blog post, they said if you want to salvage things like gloves or different armor pieces, you will get different results. A chance at a dark energy salvage item. So even though this could be costing you 60 gold, the medium armor, the leather worker, the medium armor, is going to be the cheapest armor to go for to salvage, rather than Delgemore steel ingots, bolts of Damask. So that's if you're crafting it. If you have actually get one of these weapons boxes, then it's probably best to actually get, for example, if we have a look here, you can double click and open that up. We've got obviously the heavy, the light armor. Light chests are probably going to be the best one to salvage, and then obviously medium as well. So that is my little tip for you guys out there. This is going to be coming along, so keep saving up those ascended rings and armor chests and weapon chests. If you get a lucky drop, you can obviously, if you don't want to go for this type of thing, you can open one of these, for example, a stone cleaver's chest, weapon chest. I don't want those stats, the Valkyrie stats, but I can use a tier 6 weapons insignia or weapons inscription, sorry, and actually combine that in the Mystic Forge and with a couple of other items, and I can get for example, a berserker weapons chest or weapon that I actually want. So that's just something that you can do, and it means ascended armor and weapons and items are going to be a lot more valuable. They're probably going to raise in price. Obviously, looks as though new legendaries, according to the blog post, are going to have something to do with this whole, things to do with ascended items. So they are probably going to be pretty expensive. Again, there's a few points that I may have got incorrectly, so I'm happy for you guys to comment on this. Give me some of your suggestions. If you've got any different interpretations to this, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have any thoughts about the new legendaries and how ascended materials and items are going to come into it, please let me know in the comment section. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Thanks very much for watching. See you on the next video.